So base chakra, sacral chakra. Let's do the next one. Are you ready for solar plexus? So solar plexus is about personal power. Woohoo. So where is the solar plexus? It's just a little bit above your belly button. So you might all like to place your hands on your solar plexus. And actually, before we place our hands on our solar plexus, can you bring your hands gently together and rub your palms just to start activating sensation, activating the energy. Oh yeah, I don't know whether we've got anyone in the room that does Reiki. Are there any Reiki people in the room? Any energy? Yeah. Chris is a Reiki master, believe it or not. People might not be aware of that. He is. I know it's a bit of a surprise for some people. Yep, he is. That's it. So you can start feeling the energy. And then how about you just gently place your hands on this area of your solar plexus, which is just above your belly button, a little bit above. I kind of think of it between my belly button and the base of my sternum, somewhere in that sort of region. And you're using soft hands, butterfly hands, just resting your own supportive hand in that area. And you can have your feet standing if you're more comfortable to do so. So you can bend your knees and have your feet standing. So the solar plexus is all about personal power. It's our center. It's also where we feel a lot of joy. It's courage and confidence. It's our sense of purpose, abundance, prosperity. I had so much fun reading so many different versions of how people interpret each of the energetic roles of each of these chakras. Like I had my sense of what they were from my learning over the years, but it expanded quite a bit with all the reading that I did in preparation for this. So solar plexus, this is personal power stuff. Courage and confidence. So you're lying there, you can have your feet standing. Let's bring your feet to standing now. And you're just going to breathe into this area. So, I say breathe into this area. Of course, our lungs don't go this low, but as our lungs expand, our internal organs have to go somewhere below that. They live south of our lungs, so they have to go somewhere. So what we're sensing as we're breathing in is our internal organs moving somewhere lower in response to our breath filling our lungs. So as you are lying there with your hands, lovely, activated, energetic hands lying on your solar plexus, I want you to think of your breathing as though you're breathing and filling the whole of your torso, not just your ribs, your lungs inside your rib cage, but I want you to think of your whole torso being available to move in response to your breath moving in and out. So as you breathe in, your lungs fill, sending your diaphragm down and the internal organs below your diaphragm moving down and out. So can you feel as you breathe in this area under your hands expanding? and then softening as you breathe out. So we start with our focus, our attention in this area, expanding and filling. And I love it. I love the practice of using our own hands, because you're sensing yourself two ways. You're sensing yourself through your hands, and you're sensing your hands move through the rest of your body. And your own hands are safe and trusting. So you're breathing in and out, and you're expanding forward under your hands. But of course, we don't just expand forward as we breathe in. So can you simultaneously, maybe not simultaneously, let's shift our attention rather, and sense as you are breathing in, can you sense the deep line, or that deep area connected to your solar plexus? Where's that point along somewhere in the deep line? Solar plexus, we want it, this sense that it is three-dimensional, so that we're moving that deep line, that we're moving backward as we breathe in as well as forward, that we're expanding backward and forward simultaneously. And if that feels really elusive, you can slide your hand in behind your back to that rough air, roughly the place where you imagine if you drew a line through the center of you through to the back, where would your solar plexus connect at the back of you? And as you breathe in, can you feel it expanding backward, not arching away from the floor, but more getting a little pressure or pressing into the floor as you breathe in. And can you shift your attention now and imagine you're expanding sideways, left and right, through this general area in your torso as you breathe in and out. So we're starting to build a three-dimensional sense of expansion through this area. Well, so far two-dimensional, because we've got the forward and the backward, and we've got the sideways expansion. So we're not thinking of it, our chakra. Well, I don't think of our chakra as this anterior spot. I think of it as multidimensional. So can you now shift your focus from this external sense of the movement of this area to an internal sense of spaciousness in this area? And you imagine this space internally. For some, we use the analogy, the visual of a balloon. Maybe you want to imagine a balloon in this area internally, and the balloon, as you breathe in, the balloon expands, and then the balloon softens in this area. Can you create a sense of this balloon expanding, this space expanding internally? Feeling people are getting cold, are they? Righto. I'm just turning the fan down, or attempting to, not very successfully. Oh yeah, that's done it. And you charge this space with energy. Yeah. And for me, this idea of charging this space with energy is expanding the space. So if this analogy of a balloon doesn't work for you, another analogy I love using is this imagining the space is like the tide lapping in and lapping out. 3D. That's another one that I like using. And you can imagine that area of your deep center, your deep central line. We are charging that general area in the center of that deep central line. And this is our personal power. This is gut instinct. You know, when we talk about listen to your gut, sense your gut instinct, that's this. This can be the very base, just below the base of our sternum, our breastbone that runs along the length of our spine. Sorry, no, it doesn't. Our sternum that runs along the front, connecting our ribs left and right. At the base of our sternum, just below there, is a real fleshy bit, and that can be a real source of sensitivity for a lot of people. This is where a lot of people hold a lot of emotion and physically hold a lot. So one of the things I really like to do, and I like to think of this as kind of around my solar plexus area, is just very gently place my fingers on that area south of your sternum, base of your sternum. Yeah, it's down there, very gentle fingers. Just there, and you're just breathing in to that area, which can help to also soften and activate this area, this solar plexus area of our courage, our confidence area. And we can feel, by using our own fingers, we can feel the movement moving in and out. And we can even use our own little fingers to entice this area to let go a little bit, to be a little more responsive. So a lot of people, when they're feeling quite anxious, this can be a real area of churning up. This can be, you know, where people have, well, Can be a source of all sorts of interesting stuff like ulcers internally, um, hernias, hiatus hernias. This can be a real area where we can be really gentle with ourselves and supporting ourselves to be more courageous, to let go, to trust, because we're using our own hands that are trusting, supportive, gentle. Yeah, beautiful. So let's have a little break now. Just reposition yourself. You might want to roll over, you might want to hug your knees, you might want to stretch out, you might want to stand up. Do something different for a moment. Yeah, what do people want to do? Yeah, I love it. I love watching everyone. I'm seeing lots of people stretching like a pussycat or actually a pooch. We've got lots of dog people in the room here. I think everybody has a dog here or loves a dog here. And I know online as well, people are dog lovers. Yes, indeed. Dog owners, dog lovers. So if we were to think of a mantra or an affirmation, I'd even thought of some affirmations we could link with this. Like this one could be about I trust my gut instinct, couldn't it? I trust and I follow my gut instincts. I like that. I've had a lot of fun this week playing with this whole workshop and ideas. So I thought we'd use some affirmations or mantras a little further on, but I've also put them together in the reference sheet that you can play with at home. But just as we're having a little mini break, I'd thought for our root chakra, that's very much about I am safe in my body. I am grounded and safe in my body. And then for our sacral chakra, I was thinking, well, it's about connection, but it's also about creativity and passion. So I was thinking we could have you could pick something like, I am passionately creative. I thought that sounded kind of fun. So I'm just throwing some of these ideas out to you. But why don't you come? How are we going for time? Yeah, we're going to break in a few minutes. Do you feel like you need a break now? Or do you feel like, yeah, we'll go for a break? Well, how about before we break, everyone come and stand? Yeah, there's no rush to get up. Everyone's wobbling to get up. I probably should have said, why don't we sit? Let's sit before we stand. Everyone take a seat. Before we stand, let's sit. So as you are sitting, yeah, can you shimmy your bottom forward if you need to? Feel your feet on the ground. Remember, your feet and your seat are your ground. Yeah, nice. So you're shimmying to find where is this place that you can feel grounded? Can you revisit? Oh, nice. I'm seeing some heel tapping to see if that can help you feel more grounded, connected to your skeleton, to the physical ground. You might not shimmy, sweep a little bit side to side or bow a little bit forward and back. Can you refine your ground, this root chakra? And you then connect with your sacral chakra, this lower belly area, your sacral chakra, which is all about connection, creativity, pleasure, your power center. What about your solar plexus, your personal power? So we are aligning you from the bottom up. We are balancing each aspect in order to find more connected balance and alignment. Now we've done that in sitting. Now let's come and stand and see if you can re-find it in standing. How are you feeling physically? Mentally? Emotionally? Energetically? Are you starting to feel more aligned, more connected, more balanced and supported? Do you like the state that you have created for yourself at this point? Yeah, what I love is that I'm seeing these tiny little smiles. Because, this is the empowering stuff. This is tapping into solar plexus, personal power. You are creating this change, this state of being